Quick disclaimer. Information in this podcast is for general informational purposes only and is not intended to be treated as medical advice. Always consult with your healthcare team before making changes to your diet, lifestyle, supplementation, or medication.
A big shout out to you. Yes, you, listening to this right now. A shout out to you to express my heartfelt gratitude for tuning in. Plus, let's recap the top 5 episodes of 2024, highlighting key takeaways that you can carry with you through the festivities and into the new year.
Welcome to Type 2 Diabetes Talk, the place where we chat about what really works to treat type 2 diabetes and prediabetes naturally with nutrition and lifestyle. If you're looking to optimize blood sugar and A1C, lose weight, reduce medications, and improve your overall health, this is the place to be. Now, here's your host, Type 2 Diabetes Nutrition Specialist, Dr. Jetta.
Hello, wonderful people, and thank you for joining me for the second last episode of 2024. This episode is going live on Christmas Eve 2024, so I thought I'd take a moment to reflect on the year that's passed by thanking you, by thanking our members, and by doing a recap of the top 5 episodes for 2024. Before kicking off with my thanks, I'd like to let you know that there's no stopping type 2 diabetes talk. I will be continuing on during 2025 with weekly episodes each week. So with that said, I always need inspiration and invite you to send in your topic suggestions or questions for future podcasts. Head down to type2diabetestalk.com and send us an email or voice message. You can find buttons to do that from the podcast page on our website. Or if you're one of our members, you can find that inside the members site. Whether it's a topic suggestion, a question, or a challenge you may be facing, I want to hear from you. So please do send them in. Okay, now to a few words of thanks. Firstly, I'd like to give a shout out to everyone that's left a rating and review on Apple. Thank you to Kay Twist, who left a 5-star Apple review and said, "I'm no longer scared. Dr. Jetta is a stellar communicator. My doctor said I needed to be on medication for prediabetes. I was nervous and hopeful I could find someone to educate me in a way that I understood. Now I feel armed with answers to help me help myself. I am so thankful for this informative, entertaining, and inspiring podcast. Thank you so much, Dr. Jetta." Well, thank you, Kay Twist. I really appreciate that rating and review. Thank you to Bo Nickel, who left a 5-star Apple review, who said, "Thank you. I refused to go on medication last year when my doctor told me I was now diabetic. He told me he was proud of me, but I have 3 months to get my numbers under control or we'd have to medicate. I found your podcast and love it. I recently subscribed. My A1C is now in the normal range and I have lost around 50 pounds in the last year." Well, thanks so much, Bo Nickel, for that fantastic review and congratulations on getting your A1C in range and losing all of that weight. Thank you to Matham, who also left a 5-star review on Apple, who said, "Finally, diabetes talk that is based on real science, not just traditional and often unfounded advice. It is time to spread the word on real diabetes nutrition based on sound scientific evidence, and this podcast does just that. Happy to have discovered it and put my own type 2 diabetes into remission." Well, thank you, Matham, and fantastic to hear that your diabetes is now in remission. Also, a thank you to Shine for Life, Julie, Sue, and everyone else who's taken the time to leave their rating and review on Apple. I really do appreciate you taking the time to do that. I want to send thank you to Denise, who left a 5-star review on our website saying, "This podcast has helped me so much in understanding all the complexities around type 2 diabetes. I have such a better understanding of how to eat, what to eat, and exercising, and how important all these puzzle pieces are to my overall health." Thank you to Gail, who left a 5-star review on our website saying, "Thank you for this talk on reducing morning blood glucose levels. I must add that I find all your podcasts very informative and interesting." And also a shout out of thanks to Mary Lou, John, Linda, Bronwyn, Mary, Mick, Doug, Laurie, Mike, Huguette, Wilma, Michelle, Brian, and BJ, who've all taken time to leave reviews on our website. And to all of you out there who have taken the time to leave your rating and review, as I haven't the time to read them all out here. But I honestly appreciate hearing your kind words and that you're enjoying the podcast and also how it is helping you to take positive, proactive steps to improve your health and your life. It really is all very inspiring. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to leave your rating and review. I want to give a big shout out to all of our members, as I know many of you listen to the podcast. I'm so grateful to you for putting your trust in me and the DMP team, and I'm truly grateful to be able to support you to achieve better health. It really is such a blessing and a privilege to have a mission in life that is life-changing for others. That's what gets me out of bed every morning and inspires me every single day. As a member, you would have seen we've implemented a few great new features recently, such as your newly refreshed dash, which now makes it much easier to locate the countless resources available to you, and the new journal feature, so you can now use your health log not only to record your blood sugar numbers, A1C, weight, and meds, but to record any thoughts and feelings you have on your journey so you can refer back to those later. And in 2025, we're looking forward to providing you with some great new features, resources, and activities to support you throughout the year as well. Now that all that's said, let's dive into key takeaways from the top 5 most popular episodes for 2024. Kicking off our top 5 is the popular episode comparing Berberine and Metformin, episode 21. With Berberine's potential as a natural therapeutic to help lower blood sugar, improve insulin sensitivity, and reduce inflammation and cholesterol, it's no surprise this topic captivated you, especially those looking for natural alternatives or complements to medications. So what makes Berberine such a powerful option? Used in traditional medicine for centuries, Berberine has proven effects in modern studies on blood sugar and insulin response. Research shows Berberine can match or even outperform Metformin in reducing A1C, fasting blood sugar, and post-meal glucose. It works by impacting critical metabolic pathways, improving how cells respond to insulin, increasing insulin receptors, and reducing liver glucose production. But Berberine's benefits extend beyond blood sugar. It's been shown to lower LDL and triglycerides, often concerns in diabetes management as well, along with reducing inflammation, targeting key inflammatory markers like IL-6 and TNF-alpha. So these actions support overall metabolic health, making Berberine a valuable part of a diabetes treatment plan. And in episode 21, we also covered dosages, guidelines, side effects, and how Berberine can complement existing medications, providing you with a well-rounded look at this promising natural option. The key takeaway is that Berberine is one of the most powerful natural therapeutics for people with type 2 diabetes or prediabetes. If you're looking to complement or reduce your reliance on medications, Berberine can be a safe, valuable addition to your treatment strategy, with flexibility for use alongside other medications. So listen back to episode 21 for all the details. The 4th most popular episode of 2024 was all about practical strategies to reduce carbohydrate intake and, in turn, improve A1C and blood sugar control. Despite carbohydrate reduction being central to diabetes management, high-carb diets are still commonly recommended, making it challenging for many people to reach their A1C goals. Episode 22 laid out 3 simple steps to help you lower carbs without feeling restricted, offering a more effective approach for sustainable blood sugar management. In this episode, we explored how cutting carbs can help maintain an A1C below 7%, or ideally below 6%, or in the normal ranges for our pre-diabetes listeners. Research and experience show that dietary changes, especially carb reduction, can have a dramatic impact on A1C that's comparable to medication and can also benefit weight, blood pressure, and cholesterol and overall metabolic health. So the 3 simple steps to lower carbs, in brief, are: number 1, focus on non-starchy vegetables. Always prioritise vegetables like spinach, zucchini, and tomatoes for their fibre, nutrients, and low carb content, and vegetables are a carbohydrate. 2, minimise high carb foods and sugary drinks. Cut back on refined grains and sugary drinks, which quickly raise blood sugar. And number 3, choose whole nutrient-dense foods. If you stick to whole, minimally processed foods all the time, or most of the time, found on the outer aisles of the grocery store, then you're going to be in much better health, and your A1C and blood sugar is going to be a lot better too. But the key takeaway here is that small, consistent changes to reduce carbs can lower A1C and provide a healthier path forward. So listen to episode 22 for more details on that and practical tips on achieving and sustaining these changes.
Get proven, practical support to lower blood sugar, weight, and medication. Check out Dr. Jetta's programs and services at type2diabetestalk.com/programs.
Our third most popular episode of 2024 focused on understanding blood sugar numbers, a crucial step in managing type 2 diabetes and prediabetes effectively. Without a clear grasp on your numbers, it's hard to know how to make meaningful changes. So in episode 11, we explored the basics of blood glucose levels, ideal target ranges, and how to set achievable goals to improve your health. Normal fasting blood sugar is between 70 to 99 milligrams per deciliter, or 4 to 6 millimoles per litre. And after meals, it's below 140 milligrams per deciliter, or 7.8 millimoles per litre. For people with type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, the aim is to get as close to these healthy ranges as possible. While sometimes goals can vary individually, depending on where you are in your journey, working towards this normal healthy range is the ideal goal, and it can significantly reduce the risk of complications and support your overall health and well-being. One key metric discussed was the A1C test, which reflects average blood sugar over the past 3 months, and for non-diabetic individuals, a typical A1C is below 5.7%. In prediabetes, the goal is to lower levels to the normal range, while for type 2 diabetes, initial targets are often set below 7%, with an ultimate aim of below 6%, or even 5.7% in that normal range if achievable. Monitoring your daily blood sugar, particularly after meals, offers immediate feedback to help lower A1C over time. Regularly checking in with these numbers provides a clearer roadmap to reaching optimal blood sugar control. So the key takeaway for this podcast was that understanding and tracking your blood sugar numbers empowers you to make informed decisions and improve your long-term health outcomes. Episode 11 dives into all those details, so it's a great one to revisit if you haven't listened yet or if you need a refresher on your numbers, which always helps strengthen our resolve. Our second most popular episode in 2024 covered one of the most fundamental aspects of diabetes treatment: what to eat. In episode 6, we explored dietary approaches that can naturally improve blood sugar control and A1C, focusing on practical, sustainable changes that align with the body's needs. Central to this episode we discussed our recommended food list, which has proven effective in supporting real health improvements. The food list is divided into 3 sections: green for foods to eat often, orange for moderation, and red for foods to minimise. For effective blood sugar control, limiting high carbohydrate foods is essential, which includes starchy veggies like potatoes, high sugar fruits like bananas, and carb-heavy items like bread and pasta. These foods can spike blood sugar, making it harder to maintain target A1C levels. And what you can enjoy freely? Well, plenty of different foods. We emphasised lower carb, nutrient-dense options like non-starchy veggies. Protein is essential too, with options like chicken, fish, meats and tofu providing steady energy without the blood sugar spikes. Healthy fats such as olive oil and avocado and nuts and seeds supporting overall health, and fruits like berries and small portions of slow digesting carbs like beans add balance. The key takeaway is that small dietary adjustments toward lower carb, whole food nutritional options can lead to significant improvements in blood sugar and long-term health. So again, episode 6 offers a practical starting point. So if you're looking to improve your eating habits, this is a must listen. And we also discuss where to grab a copy of our food list if you don't have that already. We really dive into that stuff in episode 6, what to eat to treat diabetes. And finally, drumroll please. The most popular episode of 2024 was episode 38, High Morning Blood Sugar Levels Explained and What to Do About It. It's no surprise this episode topped the list, as high morning blood sugar levels or elevated fasting blood sugar is one of the most perplexing issues that people with type 2 diabetes and prediabetes face. Morning blood sugar or fasting glucose often appears high even after a night of no food, leaving many wondering why. The main cause is the dawn phenomenon, a natural process influenced by our circadian rhythm. Early in the morning, hormones like cortisol, growth hormone, and adrenaline are released to help the body prepare for the day, to wake us up. These hormones also signal the liver to release glucose for energy, which would typically be balanced by an insulin response. However, with insulin resistance in type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, the body struggles to regulate this glucose release, resulting in elevated morning levels. Understanding the dawn phenomenon is empowering because it highlights steps to manage morning blood sugar more effectively. Or it definitely explains why it's happening as well, and that comes as a relief to many people. Diet and nutrition play the most significant role. Stabilising overall blood sugar and A1C levels makes a difference to morning levels as well, but the key is to remember that morning levels are often the last to improve. It can take a lot longer for those morning levels to stabilise. Key strategies to help you lower your morning levels include having a balanced evening meal with protein, healthy fats and vegetables to promote overnight stability and avoid high-carb late-night snacks that can lead to morning blood sugar spikes. There's also therapeutic options that can support morning glucose control. For example, studies show that a bedtime mix of 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with a slice of cheddar cheese may reduce morning glucose by up to 6%. And supplements like berberine, aloe vera, and garlic have also shown promise in consistently lowering fasting blood sugar levels. So the key takeaway was that with a mix of targeted nutrition, lifestyle changes, and therapeutic strategies, you can take control of your morning blood sugar levels. So for a deep dive into all the options, tune into episode 38 for a full breakdown. Well, that's a wrap. We've recapped some of the year's most popular episodes, from understanding morning blood sugar levels to exploring the power of berberine, easy carb lowering tips, and everything in between. I hope these highlights have reminded you of some helpful takeaways to carry with you into the festivities and the new year. As we close in on the end of 2024, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for tuning in, sending in your questions and sharing your stories. You make this podcast what it is, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to support you on your journey to better health. If there is a topic you'd love to hear more about in 2025, don't hesitate to reach out. Just head over to type2diabetestalk.com to leave a message or email us with your ideas and suggestions. Take care until next week and enjoy the festivities. Dr. Jeddah, over and out.
Thanks for tuning in to Type 2 Diabetes Talk. Please subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast platform. And for episode replays, episode notes, and more, visit type2diabetestalk.com. New episodes are available Tuesdays, 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, or your time zone equivalent. Thanks again. We're truly grateful to be a part of your life and help make a real difference.